Welcome back to the DBS studios. It's International Women's Day tomorrow, and DFL's special guest is Senator Berthia Parle. Now, we've been talking about her childhood, and as we continue talking about her career and lifestyle choices, we'll also find out her opinion on world issues and more. Now, remember, if you have a question for Senator Parle, we'll be taking calls a little later. But I just simply have to read this one out because I think we will receive many of these. But I wanted to start with something that someone sent in straight away. Doesn't Mrs. Parle age? I've known this pleasant lady almost all my life, yet she looks the same after all these years seeing her. Impressive and jealous I am.
Oh, there's no need to be jealous. Thank you so much, caller.
Oh, that's really nice when people say things like that, you know?
Yes, for sure.
And especially when people say are pleasant. These things,
I know.
They remain,
these things are rare. People are always so critical now of each other instead of complimenting each other, which is another thing that I find, you know, has changed so much. You know, it's always all the negatives and nothing, you know, people don't talk about the positives. I mean, there's good in every one of us. And I think I always try to see that good and look at that as opposed to the negative.
I wonder why we do that.
I don't know what it is.
Especially when we leave St Lucia, you know, you go to, let's say you go to London and you see, I'm sorry to say this, but you see other cultures, they come together, you know, the Indians, they come together, they do things together. And then us West Indians who've been there longer, we don't come together the same way. We don't join the
and
same
compliment
way.
each other and work together and, you know, try to achieve things collectively. These things are gone. Those days are over, unfortunately.
So take us from your childhood to when you were like thinking of career choices, because it seems that you were having a really lovely childhood and into your teenage years. But oh look, here's a picture that we just put on screen here. What's this? Oh gosh, that's you?
Yes, I'm afraid it's me. I guess it wasn't my youth. It was actually taken. Some friends of mine, when I visited Bermuda, they actually owned a photo studio. And she just decided, why don't you girls come, a friend and myself, why don't you girls come, let me do some photo shoots, you know, some shots of you guys. And I said, okay, we weren't dressed, and I said, okay, well, I have those boar feathers in here, you wrap it around your shoulder, and let's go and have some earrings and whatever. So that was when that was taken. Gosh, I don't remember that, yeah. I was in Bermuda.
Okay,
well, that was my wedding in 1979. It was held at the Clary Church, and it was quite an affair. I will never forget Sir John Compton gave me away at my wedding. I have never been more terrified in my life. They had lost the elections in 1979, and when I got to the Clary Church, there were literally, I mean, hundreds of people outside of that church. I could not believe it. I said, my God, what is going on here? I actually didn't want to come out of the car. Anyhow, I finally came out of the car and the people just started to applaud and, you know, really you know, I was relieved because I didn't know what all these people are doing outside the church. Curiosity, yes, but, you know, why would so many people leave their homes to come to church to see me get married? But, you know, St Lucia.
How did you meet your husband?
Actually, I met my husband at Caribou Hotel. Where I worked when I just left school.
Long time ago.
Yeah, because Caribou was a German-owned hotel and they catered to Germans, primarily 95% German clientele. And a lot of people, they needed to speak the language. So what they did was they brought employees down from Germany. Well, Johnny had left Ireland when he was 16 and lived in Germany for about 8-9 years. And then he was then transferred to St Lucia. In the meantime, I was actually in Germany. I lived in Germany for 18 months because Stagenberger had sent me to Germany to learn the language because they sent about 4 of us, Lennox Dupal, myself, 2 other guys, one from the pastry. So when I came back, then Johnny was one of the employees that was sent down from Germany here. So we met actually in Caribou.
And how many years ago was that?
Oh my God, that was in, I went to Germany in 77, when I came back in 1977, and then we got engaged, got married in 79.
What's the secret to the length of your marriage? Because I know right now, at this point, from what you were telling me before, there have been some.
Yeah, I think the secret to marriage is trust, understanding. I believe one of the good things was we both were in the same industry and we understood the demands of the industry. I mean, honestly, we drove each other crazy. At one point in time, we shared the same office, sat across from each other. So that was a recipe for disaster. But having said that, I think he has allowed me to be me, to be who I am. I do have my independence, and I'm not smothered in any way. I'm still able to go out with my friends and enjoy myself. If I want to go out with my friends and do something, you know, he doesn't want to go. I think that I deserve to go on my own. So I think there's a lot of trust, understanding, compromise. allowing each other to be their own. I mean, I think I'm a very strong personality, and I think I'm very free-spirited. And anybody who tries to control me in any form or fashion, I think,
When's
you know,
your
should
birthday?
stop.
Do you believe in horoscopes? What's your horoscope?
I am October 30th.
Okay. And what,
I'm a
October 30th,
Scorpio.
Scorpio.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. So at the end of the
Okay.
day,
Very
you know,
fiery.
and I really believe that's probably, you know, one of the reasons why, you know, we lasted that long.
And together you have one son.
Together we
Where
have
is
one
he?
son.
Where is he now, your son?
He's actually in Canada at the moment. Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Yes, that's when he was a little boy. It was, that was actually on a cruise ship. We took a cruise up at that point in time, and then with some other friends as well. And then, you know, he was with us. It's my pride and joy. That was his graduation at St Mary's College.
He's taller than both of you.
He's taller than both of us, extremely tall. He's eating off our heads at the moment.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That's Jean-Michel.
That's wonderful. What
Okay,
are
this is my inauguration. When I was inaugurated as CHA president, it was held actually in Puerto Rico at the El Conquistador Resort. And I want to say it is probably one of my proudest moments and one of the times that brought me so much joy, because I had an incredible contingent from St Lucia who came up for my inauguration. In addition to having obviously the Minister of Tourism, Philip J. Pierre at the time, I had Dr. Kenny Anthony and all of the hoteliers. And I also brought up Bob Cy Taylor. I wanted my St. Lucian entertainment, so I brought up Bob Cy Taylor. He played during the cocktail hour, and Boo Hinkson actually put a band together with some of the guys from Magic Circle and about 3 or 4 different bands. So we had this huge band with about 12 guys, and you know, Boo, they made me proud to be St. Lucian. I mean, everybody was literally talking about the entertainment and the music that night. It was our St. Lucian musicians.
Oh gosh. Oh, look at this. Oh, I love this picture.
This was when I received my MBE, and I went up to government, to Buckingham Palace in London to actually get my MBE at the time. So that picture was taken then.
That's a lovely picture. I love the outfit. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
really proud moment.
And I must say it's very interesting meeting, you know, the Queen, and she actually gave me the MBE and coaching and actually chatting to her at the time, and that's Buckingham Palace in the background.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, that's Kevin Costner.
Of course, that's Kevin Costner.
Yeah, I attended I attended a conference in Puerto Rico, and Kevin was affiliated at the time with the organizers of the conference, and that was, like I said, in Puerto Rico at the time. Yeah, that is my inauguration. That's the entire St. Lucian contingent at the time at the event.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah. You know, I actually heard this Bobby Kennedy Jr. I actually heard him speak at the same conference of Kevin Costner, and as you know, he's really big on the environment. I mean, he is just huge when it comes to, you know, what you call it now, it's very big in this global warming and all of it. I heard him speak, and I was so impressed with his speech. I brought him down to speak at one of our hotel conventions in Miami, and I think people are just blown away. And of course, we know Butch Stewart as well. So I was at that conference. There's Bobby Kennedy Jr., myself again, and a former president of CHA, who is Simon Suarez.
Oh, wonderful. Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
This is Alex Sanguinetti, who has made an immense contribution to Caribbean tourism. He was the CEO of CHA. He's now resigned, actually resigned at the end of last month. And this is Telos. I don't know, most people would have heard of EasyJet. EasyJet is one of the low-cost carriers operating in Europe. And Telos was, I gave Telos the Lifetime Achievement Award at, again, one of our conferences. And I also sat with him on various panels in Istanbul and also in Beijing.
Okay.
And there was a dinner party in my honor, and he was invited to that as well.
Wonderful
It's
to know. You know,
conference.
back in those days, your childhood, you would never have guessed that
all
this was
all.
going to happen. But going back to my earlier question, in terms of from your childhood, your teenage years, when you're going into a career, did you know what you wanted to do?
No. You know, all my subjects at school were all science oriented. I mean, I was a science student. I mean, I love science. I did, you know, sort of zoology, chemistry, and health sciences for my A level, and I did, you know, a lot of sciences and maths for my O levels. So as far as everybody was concerned, I should probably have ended up being a doctor. But I knew that I didn't want to do that. 7 years was not me. I didn't want to operate in a hospital or go to work in a hospital. I knew I wanted wanted something to do with people, something that was exciting, was vibrant, an opportunity to learn different cultures, meet people, you know, an opportunity where I can show off my destination, my island, and make everybody aware of this beautiful island home of mine called St Lucia. So I knew I was always leaning to something that would take me in that area. What it was, like you said, I wasn't sure. And I think one of my former bosses, actually, she more or less decided my career. She said, you know, there's only one thing I can see you doing, is hospitality, hotel management. And she literally filled out the form and said, Anne-Marie Alexander, she's deceased now, but she was the accountant general at the time, and I worked with her in the treasury. When I left St. Joseph's Convent, I worked in the treasury briefly, and she said, you know, you are well suited for this. I really believe that's what you should be doing, and the rest is history, you know. And I haven't turned back since, and I've enjoyed every moment. I've enjoyed everything that I've done. It's been an absolutely amazing career.
Wow. Well, thank you for sharing that bit with us.
Yeah.
When we come back, we're going to open the telephone line so you can ask Berthia some of the questions, anything that's burning you. But we will continue to talk about career and also her opinions on life in general. But to the giveaway to win tonight, name 4 Dolor Factor Live sponsors, and the winner will be chosen for this question next week. How many Carib cable offices are there, and where are they located, and what is the name of the current Carib cable promotion? The winner will receive 1 month's Carib cable free service, okay, and also a bag filled with goodies. And if you're already a customer, don't worry, your account will be credited for 1 month. This is Dolor Factor Live, only on DBS. When we come back, we'll be taking your calls. Stay with us.